Good morning, YouTube. Benzo here on the trail. Today I got a light pack, no sluice at all, and I'm venturing up a branch of the creek that I've not been on much this year. I've been chasing other deposits, so we're going to go back here and see if we can find any gold at all. Let's get into it. Well, this is new. I've worked under that tree before. I didn't think it was that close to falling. Well, it's going to produce a nice pocket in a couple years. Nice. So I'm just a little bit down from where the trail gets rough and it becomes easier to walk the creek. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here and suit up in my hip waders. And I'm going to go ahead and jump across the creek there at a push-up impact where I see a bunch of large rocks and some evidence of some workings and test, because I've tested here before and I've found some gold. So I'm gonna see if I can even see some gold, get the juices flowing so we can get some more. Here's the first pan, guys. You know, the material doesn't look bad. It was nice and dirty, nice mix of rocks. Came from about under my foot here, so we're gonna give that a shake, see what happens. All right, first pan here, and we got gold on screen. I can probably count better with the camera. That's not the best pan ever, but it's not the worst. I'm gonna snuff up what I can here. I think I gotta do it a second test in this spot. Second test. That first pan might have hit 15 colors by the time I swirled it a second time. This one has far less, but they're bigger. There's a few small fine specks and dots over there. Little guy there, and then there's a wiry bit. That's not bad. So I think I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna snuff this up and figure out what's next. If it's gonna be another test hole or if I'm gonna move on up. I've decided if I've got the information I need from this spot. Pan number 3. Everything seems to be pretty basic, common material here. 3 specks, 2 specks, a little bit of dust in there. So we'll snuff it, pack it. We're going to go on up to the next area and see what we can find there. The trail gets a little treacherous here. It's at a nice angle, covered with dry leaves on moist mud. It's not a good combination. So it's time to get down in the creek, start working our way up. See any good spots? We'll see when we get there. All right, stopping here. I'm seeing bedrock slats at an angle. Somebody's cleaned them out here, but they didn't clean them out here. So I don't know if that's just washed back in from rainstorms, but I decided I'm going to take me a pan from probably here and see what comes up. Letting it clear out. Had a happy little accident here where it turned into a little groove. You see that? It's nice. So I had to pull my little scoop out and clean it out. And you can see there was some busted bedrock and some thicker gray clay type stuff. But this is a one and done pocket. There might be other pockets like that around here. Let's see what's in it. All right, here's that pan from that little underwater crevice there. And there's gold. I'd hope maybe see a small nugget or a flake as always, but that's not bad. You could make a day of it here scratching. You'd have to bring specialized equipment, and it'd be a rough day because you're not getting much material. Let's move on up. Upstream a little ways from where I was, I stopped in an area that has gold, but it was so smashed and a little heartbreaking. People digging in the banks. There's even evidence here of people digging in bad spots. But I'm here on this spot, and I decided to just stop here for a second and soak it in, look at it, and see if anything rings out to me. Get me a refreshment. Look at these rock patterns. But most of this has been tossed. I don't think it has flooded much up here this year since it's been prospected. It gets hit hard, pretty hard every summer. And this is before a big turn, so this whole bench here is a flood impact. So I might shake a pan or two from around here, but my destination is going to be up around a couple more curves in there. The trail gets sparse, and I think the trail is going to be that direction right there. Okie dokie, I got a few bits of gold from the test pan here. Not that much. I don't think I should hang around here too much longer. I got a spot in mind. I know it's a pretty good trek from here, so I'm going to see if I can trek. I might stop a few places on the way, so let's get to it. There's a flood cut. Ooh, I found me a decent looking little area. It's kind of a straightaway. People say stay away from the straightaways, but I've been having decent luck. And I think everybody skipped this because the trail doesn't have any breakdowns. There's not much slide activity, not much digging. It's looking good. Let's take a look. There behind me, don't get dizzy. Spin real fast. Oh, the sun's breaking it up. And it's pretty much straight away. There's a bunch of activity down there where it was curving around a bunch. And I feel there's going to be a bunch of activity up there where it was curving around a bunch again. And I'm going to poke around. I'm going to give this a decent chance. Thinking 8 to 10 pans, starting not that way, down there, and working my way up, bouncing back and forth between left, right, and center. See if I can't find a deposit area. I think the bed might be a little deeper here, so there's a chance of a lower deposit. Probably won't be able to hit it today, but I'm excited about it. Let's find some gold. Often I'll stand in the center of the creek, and I'll just stand and look at it. And I give myself a little while to perceive the slight curves, pockets, just get an idea of what's going on. You try to imagine it at flood stage, which here would be top of the bank and also 5 feet over the bank. And what you think the water's doing then. Imagine how fast it's rolling. And then you look at the gravels and sediment, and that helps you interpret what the water's doing. See how these trees hang over? That has an influence on where things get laid down. Real cool stuff. I often like to start somewhere where I think there's going to be no gold at all. And that's a good test. And sometimes you're wrong. This is a deep hole, looks like tailings. There's tons of ironstone, a little bit of dirt and sediment. So it's going to be interesting what comes out of this, if anything. Alright, here we go. Not much black sands at all. Let's see what the zoom can reveal. Is there any? I'm thinking I see a few micros around that stone there. Right through there. Super micros. And looks like quite a few of them. That is some fine gold. Some of the finest gold you'll ever see. There's not much of it. But that's a good sign because I picked a spot where there shouldn't have been anything at all. Let's move on up. A couple pans later and the trend is continuing. It's getting to be more and bigger gold. And it's looking good. And this is just surface stuff. Sometimes it gets better, deeper here. So we'll just keep on moving up, see if we can hit something. These leaves are a nuisance here. But staying the same, consistent. We're getting a speck and some dots. It's not a bad pan. I'm gonna mix it up and start branching out left and right, working up there a little bit, see what happens. Hey guys, checking in. It's been a while since we talked. I worked up the one side till it skunked out completely, came across, started coming back this way, working my way back to where the best pans were. Just getting a real good idea. I'm just enjoying myself today. I'm out prospecting for fun, really, seeing if I can find gold in certain areas. So let's take a look at this right here. Tell me when you see it. Wow, that's super clear. Look at that. Nice. I had fun prospecting this little spot. I gave it a real shot. I've never really been on this spot before. I guess like everybody else walked past it, I should have just kept on going too. But it was worth the stop just for that little crystal. And had a good time out here. I got a spot down there I'm looking at. It's calling me. It's a good little walk. I can see it though. It's a little over 100 yards down. So I'm just going to take my pan and shovel, snuffer, and go on an upstream excursion. Leave my pack and stuff here. I come back this way, and I'm going to go up there and see what's calling me. I've decided this is a flood deposit. My punch test did not work out. Got worse the way down. And I just got lucky to start with, and skimming the top, you can find some nice stuff here. The other two spots of interest today that I stopped at, they're almost worth going back and working. Look, you can get enough material and run it without toting it far. You could get something throughout the day. Could get better as it gets deeper. Never know until you do it. Let's find some gold. Hey, checking in. It's been a while. Good ways upstream. Been doing pans. Walking in the creek, feeling with my feet, looking with my eyes, looking for anything that makes me think I want to dig. I haven't been doing too well, not necessarily any skunks along the way, but nothing worth digging. And I finally hit a spot, and I tore up big rocks, and they had clay. They had good clay, and I tore it up, and here's what we got. That is the best pan of the day. I see 6, 7, or 8. I see 5 decent pieces and a bunch of little ones. And we got another group over here. And they're speckled in between. That is a really nice pan. Best pan of the day. I'm pretty excited. Let's see if we can do it again. Okay, I've definitely hit a pocket of decomposing bedrock. And that's what that is. You gotta make sure you wash that off until it's not gritty anymore. That grit could be gold stuck in the clay. So there's not much sediment in here, really. So I'm going to do this pan. That might be a quarter of a pan, and see what it shows. Okay, even though that was maybe a quarter pan of material, that is a really nice show of color. Wow. I found a little pocket. I don't know if it's enough to want to come back, because I might clean it out today. There could be other little pockets around here though. That's the thing. Okay guys, we got the third pan in the pocket here. I saw gold peek out, then I tapped it. There's a piece of metal, looks like a piece of lead there. So we'll do a live reveal here together and see. Was that a big old flake of gold? I see some hiding behind that piece of lead up there. Whoops. I think I got too excited and swirled too fast. But ooh, you can see some gold. Nice. Alright, I'm going to clean this up and let's take a look. Nice old piece of lead, but you know, I'm happy with a pan like that. Just about any day of the week. Let's get some more. Well, that hole was fun while it lasted. That was the bottom of that particular spot. Way less gold, but there's the biggest piece of the day. And that equals a lot of those little pieces. So it equals out. So I guess I'm going to do a few more tests around here. See if there's more pockets to be worked. Well, the big flake of the day didn't last for long, because look at that thing. Man, oh man. So I think there are some pockets in here. Well, look at that little beauty. Oh my goodness. Boom. It's got a little texture to it too. Look at that. That is a really good pan. Oh man. Just depends on if you can get up any of the blue material as opposed to the red. The blue material has the gold. And we got another new big piece on the day. It's real nice. It's real nice. That might be best pan of the day right there. That's looking good. Well, my time's up. I'm going to do one pan, slightly different. Give me an idea if there's more material here, because I've cleaned out that hole pretty good until I bring back different equipment. That's real nice though. Gets me going. Well, isn't that a smashing pan to end on there? I don't know if I broke the big on the day, but that's pretty dang good. All right, didn't find the most gold today. I had a good time though. I eventually did start getting on something that's worth panning. There might be evidence of more pockets around here to come back and work. I'm gonna hike down to my pack. We'll do a snuffer dump there. Hey guys, I want to thank you for joining me on this half-day adventure where I went prospecting up a creek with really no plans except for try to find some gold and see if I can find bigger gold. And I think I succeeded. It was a great success. Found a neat crystal, found some flour and some flecks, and chased it up until I finally found some decomposing bedrock. I think it was a great success. I found some fines and some flakes and kept following it up until I found some decomposing bedrock where I was getting even more gold. Really good pans, excellent pans for out here. Anytime you're getting 10 plus colors out here, you're on the gold. And so it just was really good. Let's take a look at the snuffer dump. But if you would subscribe, hit that like, find me on Patreon. We're having big gold prizes where I feature different YouTube pay dirt vendors every month. So it's a good time. Let's look at this gold. All right, here's the gold right here. Boom. I was able to get a little bit of a smile out of that. You know, truthfully, I don't even think that's a 0.1 on the day. But I had a really good time out here. I'd guess and say that's probably about 0.07, 0.08 on the day. With some nicer flaky stuff. I haven't seen flaky stuff like that. Even though I've been getting big totals, it's all been piles of fines, which is good too. I like that, and I like the big gold, and I like the weight. It's all good. I'd say 90% of my pans today had gold in them. There was some skunks because you get more skunks when you're out prospecting. And I'd say 80% of the gold you saw came from the last 5 pans. So there's that. That was just 1 hour of the last hours where all the gold came from. So I'll be bringing specialized tools to come in here and try to get more of that good gold. So until next time, get in the creek and get that gold.